too.
I did talk about it.
Yeah, you didn't want to talk about it.
I gave LeBron props. I thought he controlled the whole basketball game, mostly because James Harden was completely out of it because he got frustrated by the non-calls.
There wasn't no call.
Yeah.
And so, but you know, this Bron going back to Boston. You know what Bron does in Boston, Skip, right? Game 6, you remember?
Yep.
You remember that virtuoso?
Sure.
So I expect that. And we got our sidekick.
I remember some meltdowns, too.
Don't do that, Skip. Don't do that.
Yep.
So I expect us to continue our winning ways.
Well, at least AD doesn't have to worry about going to Miami to the Super Bowl to root for his Packers, right? His Packers. I think LeBron will love having AD back tonight. I think Kyle Kuzma will not love having AD back tonight because he goes back to being the third wheel.
Yep.
And it just doesn't seem like it fits. It feels like Kyle Kuzma is going to be traded because he does not work for this team.
The thing is, Skip, if Kuzma could be consistent, we saw what he did against Houston. We saw what he did the 2 games before, but then we also saw Orlando. And that's what's concerning about the Lakers, because you can't have inconsistency. You need that third score come playoff time, because this is what this is about. Yeah, they can win 50 games, 60 games, whatever. But it comes down to the playoffs and having a consistent guy that you can count on to give you 18 to 20. And then they're not sure they can get that from Kyle.
All I know is that suddenly this whole NBA season has come down to just 2 teams, and they both play at Staples. And the clutchest 23 at Staples plays for the Clippers.
I'm trying to figure out what.
Sweet Lou.
Hold on. Did they? I know the Clippers ain't just give up 80 and a half. 80 points and a half.
And they're a better defensive team than the Lakers.
And Beverly locked down, got a triple dub put on it.
They're the same home. Winning it if Tom Brady was their QB instead of Jimmy G.
If Tom Brady were the quarterback of the 49ers going to this Super Bowl, they would be a 5-point favorite instead of a 1.5-point underdog. You know it, and I know it, because what is the X factor we're about to talk about for the next 2 weeks? What is the potential Achilles heel for the 49ers? Who is the guy that Kyle Shanahan will do his darndest to try to keep the ball out of his hands? It's Jimmy Garoppolo. If Tom Brady were the quarterback, he would be so much more poised because Jimmy can go deer in headlights. He's much more accurate than Jimmy G is. Yep. He's just much more trustworthy under fire, especially in Super Bowls, which Tom Brady has mostly owned. He's 6-3 in Super Bowls. And to me, he's not getting any older. You think he's done, he's over the hill, he's washed up. And here's my final takeaway. If by chance, I'll knock on wood for the 49ers, if Jimmy G becomes the reason by far that they lose this Super Bowl, if he throws 3 picks and just completely unravels and just looks awful in the face of Patrick Mahomes, I would not be shocked if John Lynch, the 49ers GM, if he doesn't in the offseason make a play for Tom Brady, because it has been written several times they could get right out from under Jimmy G without any huge salary cap hit.
You got a situation where you can be good for the next 10 years and you're going to worry about the next 10 months.
Can you be good? He just threw 6 complete passes.
Okay, well, this was over the course of a season. Jimmy G was 5th in completion percentage. Tom Brady was 27th. In yards per attempt, Jimmy G was 3rd. Tom Brady was 27th. In QBR, the stat that Skip Bayless loves, it measures 0 to 150 being average. Jimmy G was 12th. Tom Brady was 19th. Now, I don't know if you noticed this, but in San Francisco, Jenny, they run what we call the West Coast offense. And let me give you a few names that have played in the West Coast offense. You may have heard of them. Montana, Young, Elway, Favre, Rodgers, McNabb, Mahomes, Jimmy G, Jeff Garcia. What does all those guys have in common that Tom Brady can't do? Move! If you play the West Coast offense, bootlegs, play action, nakeds, waggles is a big staple of what they do offensively. When was the last time Tom Brady been able to move like any of those guys I mentioned? Never, never, ever. So in other words, to make a long story short, Jenny, no, they would not be better without Tom.
Who won last year's Super Bowl? Help me out. Tom Brady did.
So we don't do that. Hold on, what last year did? Who won last year's Oscar? Is he going to win it this year?
Wait a second. The Hall of Fame tight end, Shannon Sharp, tells me that George Kittle is the best tight end in football. Did Tom Brady have that guy this year? He did not have that guy.
Guess who he had? He had a guy that made the all-one centennial team in Rob Gronkowski and put a 26 QBR in the Super Bowl last year.
And won it with a game-winning drive. His 6th Super Bowl victory.
He had a guy that many say is the greatest tight end of all time, and had 0 touchdowns with an interception.
And guess what? His coach could have had Emmanuel Sanders for him, but instead he went to Mohamed Sanu, who was a complete, according to Shannon Sharp, bust this year. Tom Brady was throwing to nobody with no protection and no run game. And if you put him behind that line with that kind of run game, he'd be happy to complete maybe 10 or 12 balls a game. And they would be lethal.
No, he wouldn't.
Lethal.
Jimmy G is the guy. Because they said, you know what, we got 10 years of this, or we want 10 months of this. So we're going to take the 10 years and keep it moving.
Well,
no, your guy. Get those 3 guys from Dorchester. The guy that everybody been saying, I know a guy that been saying this for years. Tom Brady does more with less than anybody. Now that he can't do it, he needs more.
Well, I want to see him with those 3 guys for the L.A. Chargers because Phillip Rivers just uprooted his family because it looks like he's pretty much done with the Chargers.
L.A. fans wonder why he didn't do that 2 years ago. Did you see all those turnovers he been creating?
Yeah.
Not a
Tom Brady, hottest free agent in the history of pro football. Here we go.
No, actually, that would be Deion Sanders.
That would be Tom Brady.
No, not Tom Brady. You're about to be at 21.
Did you make anything of in Vegas? Saying hi to some people? Did you make anything
go
of
to
it?
Vegas. Go to Vegas.
You mean to play for the Raiders? For John Gruden? No.
Why not?
No, it will not happen.
like
I
you stir the
promise you,
pot.
it will not happen.
Jimmy G is the better quarterback at this time.
He is not.
He would be better for the 49ers moving forward.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
Very foreseeable future.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
This one, always a good discussion around here. How will LeBron respond to getting Anthony Davis back in Boston tonight? 80's back. That's next.
And then it comes down to Tremaine Brock Sr., who they just picked up a month ago from Arizona. He got discarded by Arizona.
Yes.
And he played like he was on the senior tour. That's where he belongs because he doesn't even try to tackle him. He actually tried to reach for the ball.
He almost got it out, though, Skip.
No, he
Yes,
didn't.
he did. He almost got it out.
He didn't
Homeboy bobbled it.
about?
What's it do? Oh, that's the move.
Rashawn Gary.
That move. Skip the move. He looked away. That's a look. No
Rashawn
look.
Gary, he didn't get the ball out. He didn't get the ball.
What's it, Skip?
Okay.
I'm gone.
Rashawn Evans is a first-round pick.
Yeah.
He didn't
was not
even
gonna be
come
stopped.
close to
Yeah,
getting the ball
he almost
out.
wanted that. He almost
I
got
think I'll
bobbled.
tackle the football because he's a lot bigger than I am, and I don't want to get hurt.
Ooh, look at he outrun the defensive tackle. Bulldoze way in there. 10, all the judge. Even the check judge gave him a 10.
Oh, you guys don't want to tackle me? I think I'll run to the end zone. Oh, way to go.
Sure
Tremaine
you're going
Brock.
with a 4?
Yeah, I'm going with a 4.
Whoa.
Nobody even
feels-
tried to tackle him. It was the equivalent of Green Bay not tackling Raheem Mostert. They just,
Jenny.
for some reason, they didn't feel like tackling.
I remember we did a very similar topic last year. And this will happen to be in the regular season when Tom Brady had a 5-yard run against the very Chiefs for a touchdown. And you said it was very impressive.
Because he never does it before. Patrick
thought it was
Mahomes
impressive.
runs a little bit, but for those
27
who
yards.
weren't here earlier, he ran a 4.8 40. 4.8. That's getting close to 5 flat. That's getting into Brady territory.
Yeah, but here's the thing, Skip. 4.8 was when you're looking for a job. You're trying to really impress some people. He ain't running 4.8 now. He ain't running no 4.8.
He does not run 4.8. And he looks to me like, and this is not a knock on him, I think he's put on 20 pounds since he got drafted, and that's good because you got a lot of body on him.
Yeah, you got to.
Because you need
Gotta
it.
have- yes.
And it doesn't bother his arm at all. He can still uncork it, but he looks 240-ish. No problem with that. But don't tell me he can move. Don't give me any...
Turn the turbos on.
Don't give me 1 mile per hour of Lamar Jackson. Don't give me any of that.
Stop, Skip. This man ain't Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, I don't even want to hear any Marcus Mariotas here, right?
Hey, he turned them turbos on. He hit that sideline.
Turbos?
Yeah, he hit the bowls.
He was lumbering.
Hey, he flipped that switch. He had that NOS. He flipped that switch on him.
And then he was...
Gone,
But
Skip.
I agree with you. I will have to live with seeing that video for the
Forever,
rest
yeah.
of my life.
Yeah.
And it may go down as his signature play before this is over. But the Tennessee Titans had a whole lot to do with it. Way to go, Tennessee.
Whoa.
That play should live in infamy in Tennessee.
No, he shouldn't.
Yeah.
I might give him a few nightmares.
Nah, Skip. I mean, my homeboy, he can do it all now.
But he's 24. Like, this is just the beginning.
And about to
for
get
this guy.
200. Hey, you know what? Clark Hunt gonna tell him to go in the room. Hey, give him a blank check. You put the numbers.
I
yeah.
told you $40 million a year the other day, and you said he's going to get 40.
No. I said 200 million. You say why not 300? We gonna get 200. We gonna get 40 million a year.
Yeah.
He win the
Why
Super Bowl
not?
might be 45.
Yeah.
We should
Well,
get-
just off that run alone, he should get 40
There you
million.
go.
It's that one run.
Hold on.
That means you're going to
Lord
see it
have
a lot,
mercy.
Skip.
Yeah.
Jenny.
What?
Now, if you know that was somebody named Dakota Rain Prescott had a run like that, man, we'd have been, run that play again. I want you to put that in the montage. I'm going to put that, like you put all the LeBron lowlights in the montage.
You just enjoy bringing up Dak?
Yeah. Dak wish he could.
Do you remember that run Dak made against Seattle in the playoff game? It put the game away, and it was a much better run than this one.
No, stop.
He ran through 3 tacklers who were actually trying to tackle him.
Yeah. The man went 14 yards, he didn't score. He went double the distance and got a tub.
Well, this was 2nd down. That was 3rd and long on that one.
Oh.
Skip.
It's okay.
Isn't it
It's okay.
Rain Dakota? I feel like you're saying it backwards,
What is
right?
it? Rain Dakota.
It's Rain Dakota. So, Shannon, get it right if you're going to throw him under the bus. Come on.
That guy right there,
Get
Patrick
the full name correctly.
Mahomes.
That name
Rain,
we are going to be talking about
R-E-I-G-N,
all
rain.
week.
No,
Exactly.
it was just raining in a season.
I want you guys to take a few minutes